Important as these measures may be, in order to implement them, Africans must fight against the practices of neo-colonialism that many African countries are indirectly getting comfortable with, which will cost them in the long run.
Are our curriculums decolonized? The case studies we do in our classes, where do they come from? Is it African-based or it's Eurocentric, right? If we are talking about economic growth, which country are we citing as example? Do we cite Rwanda? Is there anything in South Africa to cite? So it has to come from reimagine education through a Pan-African lens. It has to come from reimagine leadership over Africa. An example of that is what Rwanda practices in two areas that I know. The Gashasha, which is the traditional Rwandan approach to law, and the Agaciro, which is the pre-colonial Rwandan approach to development.
But I feel like now it's time for our countries and our leaders to just start knowing that it is okay for us to define our own politics. It is okay for us to define our own democracy. How do we define our own democracy? Looking at our content.
As the global political climate keeps changing, with the new conflicts and relationships being forged every day, there's also a change in the economic development of African countries. But the question is Africa ready for all these changes? Dr. Fidel Mutembelezi explains how global political systems can impact the continent's economy.
The negative impact we are observing, of course, at international level, sometimes it must harm our economy and our society. We can see the example, what is happening in China or in Europe or in America. Sometimes it happens immediately here in Rwanda, because now there is an interconnection between the countries. For example, when the price of oil, when there is for example, an increase, it has an impact direct on our economy. The prices are being increased, are jumped at a high level. So when there is a change, we have to go with changes. We have to comply with. The decision makers should be aware of what is going on, and of course the population should be awake. The person should be knowing what is happening around the world, so that we should be ready for any changes, so that the changes doesn't impact negatively to our economy, even to our lives.
In today's more consensus-oriented world and shifting contexts, African states have a new relevance in international affairs, and it is important for African countries to be vigilant and know that it is a common niche for these developed countries in the midst of all the conflicts happening. Gloria Mutesi, RTV, Kigali.